feeling down on your dizzy, man. Play this shit right here, resuscitate your pimpin' and get you right back on your mission, right? For you hoes, just that shit you play when you ain't feeling like super hoe today. Play this shit and get you right back going, you did. Pimps for real, don't mistake it for fashion. The turf that birthed my reputation for mashing. What's the track with active, attractive hoes? Professional goers that attract the dough. Like magnets to metal, never settle.
Wipe your feet off at the door when you step into a pimp's domain. Hit that like button, man.
Down 7 below in the snow for dope, over 120 in the sun for fun. They dash for hours, hooking baths, not shower. Gotta get the cash, the towers, and reach it all to a pimp. In my position, I'm all but exempt. These bras not wits, I'm like a renegade bitches. BFFs with tricks, but never getting paid bitches. Grenade bitches, they dynamite, blowing up on the pimpin' and missing when the time is right. But when they like it strike, they see pimpin' shining bright, but they action is life without bitch will strike you out. Can't stop, won't stop, hoppin' pimpin' nigga, can't stop, won't smashing on these bitches nigga, can't stop, won't stop, hoppin' pimpin' nigga, can't stop, won't smashing on these bitches nigga, can't stop, won't stop, hoppin' pimpin' nigga, can't stop, won't smashing on these bitches nigga, can't stop, won't stop, hoppin' pimpin' nigga, can't stop, won't smashing on these bitches nigga. See that's the difference nigga, the pimpin' mashing for these riches nigga. Nothing like you master with your niggas, smoking mirrors with your game, hella extras to reflect.
Wipe your feet off at the door, coming into a pimp's domain, man.
Tender-footed and rooted in the doctor's shows. Social rituals, minute residuals, papers on life support, your loots and critical. Something I learned about when running my earn route. Get working with turnouts, it's murdering burnouts. Cause knocking one of you niggas for a scar bitch. That's knocking one of you niggas for some garbage. I'm heartless regardless. Empty with sympathy, but banked up to the max with empathy. No remedy for me, I'm like this. My life is vice grip, synced and permanent ink. You can't rewrite this. My blood type is P positive, beautifully deposited with a lot of it. I'm popping this shit, and when I pop it so hard. I make that trapping ass bad bitch wanna hold hard. Can't stop, won't stop, popping pimpin' nigga, can't stop, won't smashing on these bitches nigga, can't stop, won't stop, popping pimpin' nigga, can't stop, won't smashing on these bitches nigga, can't stop, won't stop, popping pimpin' nigga, can't stop, won't smashing on these bitches nigga, can't stop, won't stop, popping pimpin' nigga, can't stop, won't smashing on these bitches nigga. Come on, pimpin' man, pop that shit. Show me sucker niggas they can't stop that shit. Let these hookers know if they want to cop that shit.
Wipe your feet off at the door, coming into a pimp's domain. Jolene, good looking with the $10 holler, starting the night off right. You dig? I'm in love with a sex worker over. Been seeing regular, but I know the feeling's not mutual. I've tried seeing others, but they aren't like her. How do I get over her? Why do you want to get over her? What's wrong with not being over her? Break it down. Blessings to everyone in the chat. From my loved ones to the detractors to the haters and everybody in between, man. Much love and blessings to everybody in the chat, man. Do a pimp a favor, man. If you have not, wipe your feet off at the door when you step into a pimp's domain. What I mean by that, hit that thumbs up button one time. Hit that like button, please and thank you. Yeah, man, can't stop, won't stop. Popping, pimping. Got to keep going. Hold on. Got to keep going, man. Can't stop, won't stop. Yeah, man, you know, Pimp over here working. I've been playing Freeze music all day. I appreciate that, man. Good looking out. But yeah, man, first and foremost, now that we on a new day, man, I apologize to y'all for last night's bullshit. I was attempting to go live. First, I was attempting to go live from my MacBook. That motherfucker was tripping. Then I attempted to go live from this punk ass iPhone. This motherfucker was tripping. But when I went live from the Android, no problems. You know, what was it, like an hour and a half late that I was or something like that, fucking with these damn Apple products. And I love the MacBook. I ain't gonna talk shit about the MacBook. I love that motherfucker. I fucks with my MacBook heavy. Love that thing. To me, it's the best laptop ever made. But this piece of shit right here, though, this motherfucker, nigga, this right here, nigga, this shit right here, nigga, garbage. Team Android, what? Yeah, these motherfucking iPhones is garbage. Let me see what Jolene talking about. I want to be in a real relationship with her, but just sees me as a client. Why do you want to be in a real relationship with her? I really kind of want you to call in, man. Let me see if I can set something up real quick. That's a good topic. Let me see something really quick. Give a pimp just a second. What is that shit called? See, I'll say this, Jolene. See, you probably think that you want to be in a relationship with her, but you probably really don't. You know, the lust is so strong. See, lust is powerful, man. And sometimes the lust can fool you into believing that you really like this individual. But you probably just have a strong lust for her that you don't want to pay. You want to get to the point where you don't want to pay. But listen to me, man. Take it from somebody who's been in the game for a long time, man. And somebody who's been doing this man shit a long time. Listen, it's been plenty of times where hoes become boyfriend and girlfriend, sometimes even wives of a trick, right? And what usually happens is the trick or the client, whatever you want to call them, the person in your position in this instance, usually you get tired of her before she gets tired of you. That's usually what happens. And you usually get tired of her pretty quick. You know, so you probably really want to just keep it as it is, man. You know, that's the beautiful thing about hoes. You can pay them to leave. You pay them, they do whatever y'all agree to do, and then they leave. You don't have to deal with the nagging. You don't have to deal with, you know, laziness, entitlement issues. It's just a lot of shit that man, certain young ladies in the game come with, man. You know, I can just imagine what that would be like for, you know, a guy like yourself to get into a relationship with a girl in the game, man. You know, it's just, you know, man. See, back in the days, the Ghetto Boys, right? A lot of y'all be watching Willie D here on YouTube. Back in the days, Willie D was in a group called the Ghetto Boys. And the Ghetto Boys had a song called Let a Hoe Be a Hoe. You really just want to let a hoe be a hoe, man. Let a hoe be a hoe. You know? And then you got to think about it like, see, hoes, real hoes anyway, you know, they got something in them that allows them to be good at what they do. that allows them to be in the game and thrive in the game and so on and so forth, right? You know, and that those things that they have in them, they just ain't suitable for, you know, square relationships. It really ain't. You know, and a lot of times hoes are just groomed a certain way for the game before they even get in the game. A lot of them. So, you know, what it sounds like is you need to go find a totally brand new girlfriend, somebody that you ain't even met yet. You need to go out and find somebody new to get over this girl, you know, or not even necessarily get over her, but, you know, kind of, you know, dilute the lust a little bit, so to speak, you know. Stop the violence. Good looking with the $5 holler. Tell that trick to listen to Tablespoon and Game. I love your music, man. Make more music. For sure, man. I played a little snippet. I played a snippet last night of this song that I got in the works right now. I'm working on a few songs right now, actually, but I played a snippet of some shit last night. And I put that snippet on my story on Instagram, which those of y'all unfamiliar with my Instagram, it's even my hello cost with underscores all in between. And but you could go to Instagram and type in Freeze Is It. I got 2 different pages, but the one that's even my hello cost has that snippet on the story. So it give you a little tablespoon of what a pimp is working on, you dig? But first and foremost, once again, if you have not wiped your feet off at the door when you came into a pimp's domain, please do so now. What I mean by that, hit that thumbs up button, man, so more people could be notified and jump into this chat, man, because, you know, a lot of people need to hear this game, you dig? And also, if you have not, put some love in your body. It's tough, man. Where my iPhone at? Hold on, give a pimp a second. It's tough. I've been trying to find somebody, but they give me the same feeling she does. Huh? I don't understand. If you're able to find somebody, I don't know if you meant, I think you probably meant to say they don't give you the same feeling she does. But anyway, if they do give you the same feeling that she does, then you need to find a square that gives you that feeling, you know, because a hoe giving you that feeling, it just ain't, you know, it's bad for business, you know. And you should want to keep it that way, you know, like just thinking, you know, like just like that's just some dope shit for a client, you know what I mean? You get to pay her and all you do is what you want to do with her. So you probably don't want to be in a real relationship with her, you know. You probably don't want to be, you know, dealing with her, you know, being lazy around the house or whatever the case may be, you know what I mean? Watching shit on TV that you don't want to watch, listening to music that you don't want to listen to, you know, you around the house listening to her having, you know, game related conversations with her friends and shit like that, man, it's gonna burn you up, you know. Or, you know, now that you in a relationship with this girl, you know, you might be walking through the mall and she see one of her regulars and it's, hey, John, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a while. You know what I mean? And you just go through that so many times. You go to a restaurant with her. Douglas, how you doing? What you been up to, Doug? Oh my goodness, Doug, I miss you so much. Like, you don't want to go through all that type of shit, man. Hey, hoes, man, they see motherfucking regulars everywhere they go. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers who they done dated before. You know what I mean? That bitch probably done dated the world, man. And you want to be in a relationship with this girl, man. That's what you think. But just think about that aspect alone, though. You know what I mean? Like, everywhere you go, you taking a gamble of her running into one of her clients, man, and you know, them greeting each other, and then him, you know, because he know to get down, you know, he thinking that you cool with it. Y'all both clients, you know what I mean? So he like, what's up, man? Doug, nice to meet you. You know, but you ain't got the same, you and Doug ain't on the same time. You know, Doug is on some, you know, buddy, we clients, you know what I mean? Like, but you on some like, nigga, this is my girlfriend. Like, fuck you, Doug. You know what I mean? Like, you gonna be sitting there worried about if Doug got a bigger dick than you, if Doug gave her more money than you, you know what I mean? If Doug did better shit for her than you did, you know what I mean? Doug probably took her on a cruise and paid her for that shit, you know what I mean? And you know, Doug probably took her on a trip to Aspen, you know what I mean, and took her, you know, skiing and shit. And if Doug dug her out by the motherfucking fireplace in the log cabin and shit on the bearskin rug, man, and you know, they just got too many memories together, man, and you gonna be worried about all that shit, man. So yeah, Doug dug her out. Doug dug her out on the rug, man. Yeah. You know, and you don't want to be going through shit like that, man. You want somebody that, you know, because you a square. See, pimping, we could deal with that. You know, pimping, if we out with a hoe and she see one of her clients, we gonna go down the next aisle, and you know what I mean, we gonna go down, they might be on the cereal aisle, you know what I mean? Pimping gonna go to the, you know, the cleaning supplies aisle, you know what I mean? Let her do her thing, because Doug might want to take her right now, and Pimpin' gonna get out the way, you know what I mean? Pimpin' ain't trying to meet Doug. Pimpin' ain't even thinking about what her and Doug is doing. You know, Pimpin' is hoping that Doug want to take her right now, you know what I mean? So her and Doug could go do their thing like they always do, you know, like Pimpin' don't want to get in between. Pimpin' ain't, you know, trying to cock block, none of that. You know what I mean? You gonna be trying to cock block when she see Doug. You know, you gonna be trying to make your presence felt like you know what I mean? Her and Doug, they might be over in the produce area, you know what I mean, talking and shit next to the bananas and shit. And you walk up to her and like, babe, you got the car keys? All right, thank you. Doug like trying to talk to you. Hey man, how you doing? You ain't even you won't even look at Doug and shit, man. Like, you know, like, you know, like you gonna be tripping, man. Like, just keep it tricking and hoeing, man. That's all you need to do, man. Keep it tricking and hoeing. You gonna be cool, you know, and as long as she available whenever you want to pay her for her services, man, it's gonna be all good, man. You know. Don't fall too hard, man. Don't wear your heart on your sleeve, man. It's gonna be all right. Keep going. That's what you do. Keep going. See, when you stop moving, that's when your mind becomes idle. And as we know, man, the idle mind is the devil's playground, man. You know, so you need to keep moving, man. You need to find something to occupy your time. Yeah, he hit Doug with the Heisman, man. He like, man, get out of here, Doug. You know, this is my girl. I'm in love, man. Like, Doug, get your ass out of here. But now, on some real shit, man, you got to keep going. You got to stay moving, man. You got to stay, like, whenever you have them type of feelings for somebody like that, it means that there's some area in your life that is like, you know, unoccupied, that needs to be occupied. You know, some area in your life that you need to, you know, put your focus and your attention towards, man. Some area in your life is being neglected to where you want to be in a relationship with a hoe. They not for that, man. Hoes ain't for the relationship like that, you know. They for the relationship of, you know, client, professional, you know. Daquan Ridley, good looking with the $5 holler. What's a good way to brush up on laws when moving around cross country? I seen a vid of you on live giving the cops that work. Seeing your vid, police encounters too. Yeah, man, you know, you don't want to be like Freeze, man, because, yeah, you say what's a good way to brush up on laws. See, you don't want to be like Freeze, man. Freeze bumped his head a lot of times, man, and that's why Freeze, you know, handles himself with the law the way that he does, man. But you don't want to be like me, man. You know, see, the beautiful thing is that you have the World Wide Web. You have the internet. And, you know what I mean, just about every revised statute, just about every penal code, you know, just about every ordinance or whatever you want to call that shit, all the different laws, man, like just about everything everything you want to look up and research is available on the internet for free. So, you know, whenever you pull up somewhere, man, you just gotta think about what you're doing and do your research based on that. You know, that's what you want to do. And it's good to be like that because everywhere operates differently. You know, everywhere has different get downs and setups, you know. So y'all stupid, minding my business. Yeah, that used to be my thing all the time, man, minding my business. But nah, you know, yeah, you know, it's good to do your due diligence when you pull up in the different areas, man. But you know, the main thing to keep in mind whenever you do come into them encounters, man, is you have the right to remain silent. Now, it's a fucked up catch-22, especially when you're black, because when you're black and you exercise your right to remain silent, that makes you suspicious in their eyes, which is just an excuse for them to want to like search your shit or bring their canine and all of those shit, which if you've seen the police encounters video, you already know that canine shit, that's out. So don't go for that, you know. But yeah, man, just exercise your right to remain silent, man. You ain't gotta say nothing to the motherfuckers. Stop the violence, say Freeze got me trying to quit drinking. Hey, you know, it's all good. You know, if you want to quit cold turkey, that's cool. But at the same time, man, if you want to just, you know, gradually dial it down, then that's cool too, you know. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But yeah, man, back to keeping it moving, man. You know, it's a beautiful thing to stay moving, man. It's a beautiful thing to stay in forward motion. And what helps you maintain forward motion is keeping your eyes on the prize, man. You know, so it's real easy to get your eyes taken off the prize, especially when you got haters, especially when you somebody that just, you know, got natural magnetism to yourself, you know, or when you're somebody that's just important to, you know, somebody, whether it be groups of people, whether it be, you know, your coworkers, whether it be people on your team, if you play sports, you know, or whether it be, you know, your group of friends, whatever the case may be, man, you know, when you're important, not even always in the form of people, but distractions will get thrown your way, you know, and it is so important to keep your eyes on the prize and maintain forward motion and keep going. Misery loves company. So when motherfuckers see that you going and you keep going and you don't stop going and you passing people by, they're going to try to tug at you. They're going to try to knock you off track and get you to fall to the wayside with them. But you have to keep going. You know, misery loves company. Misery gonna stay inviting you to kick it with them. Like I've told y'all before, man, you know, one thing about failures, they always got time. Failures always got time for you. I'm talking about any given moment, they always have time for you. There's never a time when failures are going to be like, oh, I gotta go do this, man. Let me get back with you later. I'm busy right now, man. Let me I'll tap in with you later on. Nah, failures ain't gonna do that. Corey, good looking with the $20 holler. Yeah, man. So, yeah, failures are always available. Failures are some of the funniest motherfuckers. You know what I mean? It's a lot of failures that's gonna have you dying laughing. Failures oftentimes are some of the best conversationalists. Spitting fire, what's up with it? Failures are some of the best conversationalists. Failures sometimes got some of the not necessarily best advice, but the kind of advice that makes you feel good. They good at telling you what you want to hear. Failures. And they some of the coolest people. A lot of times with failures, you ain't gonna have no problem with them. Y'all gonna be able to kick it all day, every day, whenever you want to. They gonna be available. And, they gonna be cool as a motherfucker. Y'all gonna be chopping it up. They always got something to say. They always got something good. Good to listen to, feels good, sounds good. But oftentimes it ain't good. Sometimes some of them people really don't mean no harm. But you are what you eat. So like I've said before, if you feed yourself nothing but ice cream, your body gonna be unhealthy. Your body gonna be weak and vulnerable. If you feed your mind nothing but love and hip hop and the Shade Room and World Star Hip Hop, your mind is gonna be unhealthy. Your mind is gonna be weak and vulnerable. Same thing with your soul. So, ice cream always gonna taste good. And it's always gonna be there for you whenever you want to eat it. You ain't gonna never have a problem finding ice cream. And when you in a bad mood, it's gonna cheer you up. It's gonna be pleasing to your taste buds. All that. Same thing with love and hip hop and the Shade Room and World Star Hip Hop and all that shit. All that shit is always gonna be there whenever you want to entertain it. And it's always gonna be a new flow of bullshit. And the same thing with failures. They always gonna be there. Their experience is always gonna taste good and feel good, smell good, all that. Their conversation is always gonna taste good, feel good. But just like with the ice cream, if you overindulge in that, then you're gonna become unhealthy. You're gonna become weak and vulnerable. And physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, all of that, you don't want to be weak and vulnerable. You don't want to be unhealthy, man. You got to feed yourself the right things. And like I say all the time, it's good to have balance. Balance is good. There's a time and place for everything. So it's a time and place. It's a time, where you could go pull up and kick it with the person that you like talking to and hanging out with, that don't never have nothing going on and they always available. Sometimes it's cool to go kick it with them because you might offset, they shit, what they got going on in a good way. You might bring them some type of energy that they missing and that they need, So it's cool to pull up on people like that. You might be a blessing to them, just pulling up on them. They might not have the right type of motivation in their life, some of them, but you don't want to overindulge in that. It's just like with ice cream, like if you feeding yourself a bunch of healthy shit all the time and you living a healthy lifestyle and you exercising and shit like that, it's cool to treat yourself sometimes, so it's cool to treat yourself to some ice cream and some shit like that, and the same thing with the types of entertainment that doesn't really add value to you mentally, spiritually, or whatever, you know. Again, like the love and hip hops and shit like that. You know, I don't really indulge in all that type of shit. And I don't really go to the shade room much. Sometimes they have some cool shit on there, like news wise, but other than that, it's a bunch of drama usually. Same thing with World Star Hip Hop, all that shit, you know. But some of that stuff is cool to entertain sometimes, but it's not good to overindulge in none of that shit. So, you know, you got to have a balance, man. But what helps you avoid all of that shit is to keep going. You know, one thing that hurt me for a long time is not having the right type of schedule. You know, sometimes we have schedules. It's good to have a schedule, period. You know, but some people have no schedule at all. They just wake up and move around and do whatever they feel like doing whatever comes to mind. You know, their whole life is just, you know, unplanned, spontaneous. And that's cool sometimes, you know, but moving like that, you'll find yourself on a treadmill, you know, and it's a lot of people like that. You know, it's a lot of people that wake up and they don't even have an agenda for the day. They don't even know what they want to do for the day. You know, but one thing that I learned is that having a plan, having an agenda for the day, and you know that your agenda is filled with activities that are going to progress your situation and your loved one's situation in life, you know, it's a beautiful thing, man. You wake up excited. You know, I remember I seen this clip of Arsenio Hall when he was on CNN one time. This was some years ago. I want to say he was on there with Don Lemon, but he was letting it be known that, you know, he don't need an alarm clock when he wake up in the morning because he loves what he does, you know. And, you know, when you just on fire about something, when you know what your purpose is, you know, it's just beautiful to have a schedule to go along with that, man, because you wake up on fire. You wake up attacking the day. You wake up being in control of the day, not letting the day control you. Not let the day. This shit crazy, damn. Let the day for no reason. Let the day pull you. Let the day pull you. This shit crazy. Damn. We back, man. Damn. I'm talking about shit. But like I say, you got to keep going. Got to keep going. Let me put some love in my life, man. We back at it once again, man. Freezes it. If you have not, wipe your feet off at the door when you step into a pimp's domain, man. What I mean by that, hit that like button one time, please, and thank you. Yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know what happened. But nonetheless, we back at it. You got your battle rap hat on. I ain't did a battle rapping forever, man. I used to love doing that shit though back in the day when I was young. You know, before the game, that was my first love, man. My first love was rhyming. I felt like I was the coldest motherfucker on earth, man. I felt like my bars was matched by none whatsoever. INW Inc. You must be new here, man. But appreciate you, man. Salute to you as well. Yeah, man. This how a pimp get down, man. You know, fly shit, elegant shit, classy shit. You know what I mean? And if you're not familiar, man, see, you probably call this shit water or H2O or something like that. But around here in Casa de Freeze, we call this shit love, man. You know, because people who love themselves, they put this in their body. You know, some people, the way they behave, you would think they never, ever had some of this in their life, man, because this is love. You know, and when you love yourself, you're going to put this in your body on a regular basis. You're going to love this shit if you love yourself. You know, because love, as we know, is a verb. Some people use it as an adjective, but around here, man, we use love as a verb. You know, it's actions behind it. And, you know, if you think about how people treat their bodies, you know, some people love themselves and some people hate themselves. And some people don't even know they hating themselves, you know, but they're hating themselves actively. You know, the actions that they take with their bodies are actions of hatred for their bodies. You know, some people are addicted to food. They overeat. And when you overeat, see some people, man, like me and Sinful was talking about on Instagram, I think that was yesterday. You know, some people, they think it's okay to be big like that. They think it's okay to be morbidly obese. And, you know, I love myself. You know, I'm big and beautiful and all that type of shit. You know, it's cool to feel good about yourself, but, you know, you shouldn't want to stay that way because your body is only made to, you know, hold so much, you know, and I don't give a fuck what nobody say, but when you get to a certain point, you putting a lot of pressure on your organs, and, you know, your body can't function at its best when you weigh so much. So that's just one example of how somebody can actively be hating themselves on a daily basis. You know, another example is people who use drugs. You know, we live in a time now where it's just extremely fashionable to be a drug addict. You know, the rappers rap about it. They make it cool. And don't let it be an expensive ass drug. That's when it's really cool. Because nowadays, anything that you can spend a lot of money on is cool. You can spend a lot of money on certain clothes, no matter how ugly them motherfuckers is, they cool. If you can spend a lot of money on a car, no matter how, you know, mechanically garbage that car may be, or, you know, the lack of certain features and things like that, you know, it's cool. If you can spend a lot of money at a certain place to live, it might not even be the best place to live, but if it costs a lot, it's cool. You know, so we just live in a time where anything that's expensive is cool. So certain drugs are expensive. Cocaine is expensive. Lean is expensive. You know, it's a trip how lean is an opiate. So it has pretty much the same effects as heroin. But it costs way more than heroin. And the lean sippers, when you call that shit liquid heroin, they get mad. Why? Because they cool. Everybody does it. You know, they got their designer shit on and all that. And it's cool. They spent a whole bunch of money on it. So it's cool. But the way that shit affects your body, man, it's not cool. The way that shit affects your body, man, that's what you call hatred for yourself. You know, so, but cocaine is another drug that's expensive. And, you know, these drugs like cocaine and lean, they're not going to have you breaking into somebody's house to steal their TV. It's not going to have you breaking into somebody's car to steal their stereo. It's not going to have you selling your baby's diapers. You know, it's not going to have you selling your food stamps. You know, lean and cocaine, those drugs don't affect you in that way. So, you know, it's, you know, the effects of it as far as the effects on your behavior, and your character and your dignity and things like that. You know, you don't really compromise those as much as you do with other drugs. So that's another reason why it's cuter and it's more acceptable and cooler to fuck with lean and fuck with cocaine. But nonetheless, those are activities of self-hatred. You are hating yourself whenever you ingest those things. Those are acts of self-hatred. There is nothing that it does for your body except for make you feel good. A sensation that you're always going to want to chase. You know, and if you weigh out the pros and cons, you sacrificing a whole lot just to feel good. The drug is making you feel good, and the fact that you spending so much money on it and people know that you spending money on it makes you feel good. But what is the cost that you're paying to feel good besides the monetary costs? What physical costs are you paying to just feel good? What type of punishment are you putting your body through to feel good? You know, there go Bill, man. See, me and Bill, man, we know about putting our bodies through a certain type of punishment that is going to be a deposit towards a healthy physical body. Yeah, man, you know, that type of punishment is cool. I love going to the gym and punishing my body, you know, but going to the bar and punishing your body ain't cool. You know, going to the bar and smoking cigarettes and drinking alcohol, you know, that type of punishment to your body doesn't add any value. See, when you go to the gym and punish your body, you adding value to your body. You adding value to yourself. So yeah, that type of shit, you know, if you're going to put your body through some punishment, man, you know, make it be the type of punishment that you gotta, that involves work. You know, not the type of punishment where you sitting around and destroying yourself, you know, and there's no rebuilding coming behind that destruction. Now, if you're going to destroy yourself, man, rebuild yourself, you know. It's just a beautiful feeling, man, when you see people that you haven't seen in a long time, and whenever they see you, you looking better and better, man. Man, that's a beautiful feeling. You know, motherfuckers who ain't seen Freeze in 10, 15, or however many years, man, they see Freeze now, they be like, man, you got big as a motherfucker, man. Damn, Freeze, you looking good, man. It's just a beautiful feeling, man. You know, to be improving, to be getting better whenever motherfuckers see you, man. You know, it's a beautiful feeling. That's a priceless, you can't put a price tag on that. You can't purchase that nowhere. You can't sell that. You know, well, you can sell it, you know, not directly, but you can use that energy to sell beautiful things, you know, but yeah, definitely, like Jay Evans says, it does pay off, man. You know, so all of that to say that this love shit, man, this shit right here, man, love. Love, man. It's funny, man. Some people hate themselves so much that they get mad at the fact that I call this love. Or even that I preach about drinking water, period. You know, some people They hate themselves that much. This shit right here, watch this. This gonna piss somebody off right now. That just pissed off probably about 100 motherfuckers right now. You know what I mean? Let me piss some more motherfuckers off. Man, when you love yourself, you're gonna piss certain motherfuckers off, man. But guess what? Guess what you gotta do, man? Even if you piss the motherfuckers off, you got to keep going. Now, certain things, you know, sometimes it's okay to address, man. But, you know, you don't want to get too caught up in that type of shit, man. You know, and while you keep going, it's good to keep going with integrity, man. It's good to keep going with character. You know, because some people keep going, but they not rooted in the right things. So they're not going to grow anything of value because they're not rooted in the right things. Some people keep going, but they don't have a foundation that they building upon. So while they keep going, it's like they scoop one scoop or whatever to dig the hole, and they got somebody coming right behind them, or they coming right behind themselves, putting that dirt right back where they digging. Can you imagine like trying to dig like that? You scoop one, and then you put that scoop right back on top of itself. Just imagine doing that all day. It would be useless. But that's what some people are doing. You know, some people are involved, wrapped up in, you know, certain activities, and they think that they're going to keep going, but they're not. They're going to keep going nowhere. You know, one thing that will have you going nowhere is being wrapped up in activities that are not only not productive for yourself, but not productive for anybody else either. Some people are just wrapped up in activities that don't add value to their own lives and don't add value to anyone else's lives. You know? So it's just a beautiful thing that when you keep going, the activities that you're going with are, you know, adding value to your life and adding value to the lives of others. Man, you know, it's just a beautiful thing when you know that you being a blessing for somebody or blessing to somebody. You know, like we spoke about last night, man, for those of y'all that wasn't tuned in last night, I broke down my personal constitution or my personal mission statement, you know, and I quoted Biz Markie, you know, from the Vapors when he said, damn, it feels good to see people up on it. Like, man, if that ain't a mantra to live by, if that's not, man, that shit is powerful. You know, and a lot of people, that's going to go over their heads, it's going to fly in one ear and out the other. But man, like, some people don't know what it feels like to really, like, enjoy seeing somebody else doing their thing. See, you know, a lot of times people get wrapped up in results. I spoke on that last night too. You know, and when you get caught up in results, when you the type of individual that you get so wrapped up in the results of things, you looking at that person's results, you looking at that person's results, you looking at that person's results, you looking at all these different people's results that they putting on social media, and you're not thinking about the work that they put in to have those results. All you focused on is the results. So you get obsessed with those results. And you want them results so bad. And some people get so obsessed with other people's results that they not only just want those results, but they want that exact person's results. Like if they could, they would take that person's results and have those results as their own. You know, the work that somebody else to put in to have those results. A lot of people, you know, miserable people, mind you, they get so caught up in other people's results that they want to have them same exact results. You know, certain people, they see somebody with an attractive woman, right? And they don't just want another attractive woman or a woman that's just as fine as that one. No, they want that exact woman. You know, Gucci Mane's wife, Keisha. You know, a lot of guys, if they could, they would like take her from Gucci Mane. They want her for themselves. They don't want a girl like her. They don't want a girl better than her or as good as her. They want her. They want that exact woman. You know, same thing with certain females, you know, when they see certain women with a certain type of man. You know, Russell Wilson, Sierra's man. You got some bitches that want Russell. They don't want somebody like Russell. They don't want somebody better than Russell. They don't want somebody almost as cool as Russell. No, they want Russell. And if they could, they would take Russell from Sierra. And the problem with these types of people, they can't see somebody like that enjoying themselves, living a happy life, and feel good about that. They can't look to themselves and say, you know what, that's beautiful. That's dope. I love seeing that shit. You know? Some motherfuckers they just get so wrapped up in results, they want everybody else's results. And they don't want to put in any work to have their own results. But all you got to do is put the work in, man. Some people do not want to put the work in, though. Some people don't want to go through the experiences. Some people, man, not just some people, a whole bunch of people don't want to fall down. It's all right to fall down, man. It's just not all right to stay falling down. It's all right to fall down as long as you get up and keep going. Keep going, man. You fall down, get up, keep going. It's all right. Keep going. Don't let nothing stop you. Only thing that's going to stop you is yourself. And you ain't going to stop yourself, so keep going. A lot of motherfuckers ain't going at all in order to even keep going, though. You know? Certain people feel entitled to a whole bunch of shit that they don't want to work for. They not going at all. They just standing there waiting. They being reactive. They waiting for something to happen. But when you're proactive, when you going and you keep going, you might be delayed, but you will not be denied, man. You might be delayed, but you won't be denied. You got to keep going. And don't stop until you get it. And don't stop until you make it happen. You got to keep going. Because see, when you keep going and you putting the work in, you know, it just opens up so many beautiful things in you, man. And it makes you appreciate not only your own journey, but it also makes you appreciate and respect other people's journeys. And it makes you appreciate and respect other people's results. You know, certain people don't have no problem robbing people for things because they don't know what it feels like to work for something and stay down for something until you have it. You know? That's why certain people don't mind, you know, stealing somebody's car or stealing somebody's jewelry or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Some people don't like that type. They don't mind doing that type of shit because they don't know what it feels like to work for something, to go through the process of earning something and making something happen. You know? But when you know what that feels like, when you know what it feels like to put work in, and then after all the work that you done put in, you reach that result, it helps you to respect and appreciate other people's process and other people's results. You know? That's when you able to look at somebody else doing their thing and be like, man, damn, it feels good to see people up on it. You dig? But in order to get to that point, you have to keep going. And you got to keep going the right way. You know, you can't just keep going. You got to have a real purpose. You got to have a genuine purpose. And your purpose got to be rooted in the right shit. Like I was just talking about just a second ago, right? You got people that are going, but they're not rooted in the right shit. So they not growing anything healthy. They're not growing anything of real value. They're not growing anything that's sustainable. You know, and then you got people that keep going and they don't have a foundation. They don't have the right foundation. So they on the treadmill. You know? But when you got the right foundation and you rooted in the right shit, man, that's when you keep going, you're going to be getting somewhere. You ain't going to get nowhere if you're going with no foundation and you rooted in some bullshit. You're not going to get nowhere. Sometimes you might feel like you're getting somewhere, then you're going to get knocked backwards. So you got to keep going. You dig? Yes, indeed. You know, that's one thing I love about fitness, man. You know, fitness, of course, it's a physical thing, but it just has so many positive effects mentally and emotionally and all that shit, man. At least for me, you know, because it's so many things that line up the right way when you into fitness, right? See, that's something that, you know, you got to keep going in order to see results. You know, you can't just catch somebody walking out the gym and steal their muscles. You know what I mean? You can't just catch somebody like, oh man, here this nigga go, man. He got a whole bunch of gains. Boy, that nigga been stacking them gains up for about 8 years. Boy, I'm gonna catch his ass when he come out the gym. Nigga, give me them fucking gains, nigga, right now, nigga. Give me them gains. Yeah, nigga, them legs, them calves, nigga, give me all that shit, nigga. Yeah, put all that shit in this bag right here, nigga. Yeah, give me that chest, them shoulders, nigga. Ooh, nigga, you got some shoulders, nigga. I need them, nigga. Yeah, give me them shoulders, nigga. Oh, this nigga back is cold, nigga. Yeah, I need all that, man. Give me all the motherfucking gains, nigga. You can't do that. You cannot do that. You know what I mean? The only way you can get that is if you go where he going and do what he doing. You know what I mean? You got to go where he going and do what he doing. And you got to keep going. and keep going to the gym, keep getting it in while you go there. And it just, you know, when you had that type of consistency doing that and you start seeing them results, you start feeling good, so your confidence is getting intensified, you know what I mean? And your body just feels better. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like feeling weak, like physically weak. I love being physically strong, man. It's just a beautiful thing when you just got a strong ass body. When you just in good ass shape, you know? When you can run 5 miles without stopping and be cool. You know what I mean? Or like when you might be horse playing and wrestling with your little brothers or your kids or your nephews or whatever, man. And them little young motherfuckers be out of shape and shit, you know? You be like, boy, what's wrong with you, man? You out of shape, man. You breathing kind of hard there, man. What's going on, man? Yeah, you see Unc, man. Unc cool. Unc ain't breathing hard, man. You need to come with Unc, get in that motherfucking gym, man. You know? Shit, I done wrestled with, I done played around and wrestled with plenty of hoes, man. And them hoes be getting out of shape. You know? I mean, they be getting out of breath. Young as a motherfucker, getting out of breath. You know? Meanwhile, my ass, you know what I mean, I'm breathing just fine. You know? But it just feels good, you know, because like I ain't never smoked cigarettes, but I could just imagine, you know, how them type of people feel, you know, because like when a crisis situation jump off, your endorphins kick in and your adrenaline is pumping. So if you hear gunshots, you going, you know, you gonna dart off, you know what I mean? And you gonna be moving fast as a motherfucker. But once you get where the coast is clear, you gonna feel that shit. If you a cigarette smoker, that shit gonna hit your ass like, damn, I feel like I'm about to die. Shit, I'm trying to run from the gunshot so I don't die, but shit, that motherfucking run might kill me. Them guns didn't kill me, but that run might kill me. Shit, you know? That just ain't a good feeling, man. It ain't a good feeling, man. It can't be. I mean, I've never, like I said, I've never been a cigarette smoker, but I done been around plenty of them, man. And when they do certain activities, man, you know, it's a lot of pressure. It's too much to handle. You know, and you don't want to put your body through that type of punishment, man. You know, you got to ask yourself, what's more important? The little few seconds sensation that I feel from taking a pull of this cigarette, or my body being in tip-top shape, my body feeling good all the time because I can breathe right, you know? But when you go to that gym, man, on a regular basis, I've seen people stop smoking cigarettes like that too, because they get motivated by going to the gym. Especially if you got a partner, somebody you going to the gym with and they don't smoke and you do smoke. When you go to the gym with them and then they just like outdoing you all the time, especially if you a motherfucker that got any type of like competitive nature about yourself, you know, you don't want to be that motherfucker that when you go to the gym with your partner, they just crushing you all the time, you know, and you can't even hang, man. And a big part of the reason why you can't hang is because you smoking them damn cigarettes, you know. I've seen people be motivated in that way to quit smoking. Keep going to that gym. That shit gonna motivate you to stop smoking for real. Because you ain't gonna like what you putting your body through, you know, in that gym. You ain't gonna like the way you breathing and shit. Right, pulmonary disease is no joke, for real. You know? But that's love. Going to the gym is loving yourself. Eating healthy is loving yourself. Drinking water is loving yourself. That's why we call that shit love, man. You know? But it ain't never too late. It ain't never too late to stop, man. But like I was saying last night, that's another part of my my mission statement. You know, saying no to one thing by saying yes to a bigger and better thing. You know, because most of us don't have the willpower to just cold turkey, you know, stop smoking cigarettes and you not replacing it with something else. You know, it's very few people that are able to do, that have that type of fortitude about themselves that can do that. But what makes it easier is saying yes to something else. You know, say no to the cigarettes by saying yes to going to the gym. Because you ain't gonna want to do both at the same time. You ain't gonna want to go to the gym and smoke cigarettes at the same time. You know, that be tripping me out too when I see motherfuckers doing that, smoking cigarettes outside the gym. Either smoking a cigarette before they go in the gym or smoking a cigarette after they come out the gym. That shit crazy. But you got people that do that type of shit sometimes. But they keep going to the gym, they gonna slow down on that shit. For sure. But you want to keep going though, man. And when you keep going and you keep your eyes on the prize, it keeps you out of a lot of bullshit. For real. You know? And as y'all see with me, man, you know, acknowledgement is encouragement. Sometimes a motherfucker got to remember what he preach and then practice what you preach. You know? My P don't stand for perfect. But acknowledgement is encouragement. Acknowledgement is encouragement. So if you acknowledge some bullshit, guess what you're going to do? You're going to encourage some bullshit. So if you understand that acknowledgement is encouragement, then you want to acknowledge the best things. You know? When you acknowledge love, you encourage in health. You know? When you acknowledge your loved ones, you encouraging the love you got between them and you. You dig? Acknowledgement is encouragement. So acknowledge beauty, encourage beauty. Acknowledge strength, encourage strength. Acknowledge and encourage discipline. Acknowledge and encourage education. You dig? You don't want to be acknowledging and encouraging bullshit. You're going to be on a treadmill. Because when bullshit comes your way, sometimes you want to combat the bullshit. You want to face the bullshit head on. But what you got to understand, especially in today's times, you can't make somebody think the way that you think. You can't make somebody see things the way that you see things. You can't make somebody respond to things the way that you respond to things. You can't control what anybody does or how anybody thinks or how anybody feels. What you can control is yourself and everything that has to do with yourself. So if you understand that you can control these things, then you understand that it's best to live and let live. Live and let live. You know, so if acknowledgement is encouragement, then, you know, a lack of acknowledgement is discouragement. So, you know, discourage the bullshit by not acknowledging the bullshit. Discourage non-productive activities by not acknowledging non-productive activities. You know, like I say no to this by saying yes to this. Say no to scrolling through your explore section by saying yes to opening a book. Open that book. And while you opening that book, tell yourself that you're going to read that book for at least 30 minutes. And if you're going to read that book for at least 30 minutes, turn your ringtone off on your phone. Put your phone on silent. Because we all done did that before, those of us that like to read. You might be 10 minutes into your reading. And then you get a notification on your phone, and it might be something important. It might be an important email or an important text message or whatever the case may be. But when you stop reading it and you open that notification, that's that first step into the rabbit hole. Then next thing you know, since you got the phone in your hand, you want to go see if you got any notifications on Instagram. Then you go look at the notifications. And after you're done looking at the notifications, next thing you know, you in the Explorer section. And you just constantly scrolling through that motherfucker. Now you deep off in the rabbit hole and you done forgot all about your book. That's why it's best that if you're going to read, turn that phone on silent. Put your phone on silent. That's the best thing you could do. You know, acknowledge love, encourage love. Acknowledge education, encourage education. You know what I mean? Acknowledge beauty and encourage beauty. Acknowledge strength, encourage strength. Keep going. Keep your eyes on the prize. Whether a motherfucker cursing you over here or praising you over here, stay like this. Keep going. And then when you keep going, see that's the thing, right? If you on a journey and you stop to acknowledge some bullshit, you're going to be inviting other bullshit. You already know like what it's like if you see somebody fighting, you might be out downtown or in the wherever the nightlife is in your city. And if you see somebody in the street fighting, what's going to happen? Everybody going to run over there. You know, it's infectious. The bullshit is infectious. Whole bunch of motherfuckers is going to run over there and start entertaining the bullshit. Then some people might encourage one side of the fight and, you know, discourage the other side of the fight. They going to pick sides, all type of shit. But they going to get involved in the bullshit one way or another, right? So if you that individual that stops what you doing along you put your journey on pause and you step to the side and get in some bullshit, you're going to invite more bullshit. But on the flip side of that coin, if you keep going and you keep your eyes on the prize, you're going to invite the right type of motherfuckers. You know, they might not even understand what you're doing, but you giving off a good vibe. And they want to be a part of that good vibe, and they want to know how they can be a part of that good vibe. It's just like on Forrest Gump, man. You know, when Forrest started running, he was by himself. But that motherfucker started running across the country, and he went from running by himself to running with hundreds of motherfuckers. He was on his journey. He was moving. And people felt that good energy and they wanted to join him on that journey. You know? Acknowledgement is encouragement. You know, when you when you spend time in the right type of circles, you know, you're gonna attract the right type of people and the right type of energy. When you spend too much time in the wrong type of circles, you're gonna attract the wrong kind of people and the wrong kind of energy. Acknowledgement is encouragement. Certain things just ain't conducive to your mission. Certain things just ain't conducive to your purpose. So you might go somewhere with good intentions, you know, but certain people don't care about that. You know, it's unfortunate what happened to young Dolph yesterday, man. You know, he went to that place well intended, but certain motherfuckers don't care about that. He loved his city. Certain motherfuckers don't give a damn. You got to be mindful of that type of shit. So, you know, you want to be in the right type of circles and, you know, be around the right type of energy. We almost at 300 likes, man. If you have not wiped your feet off at the door, please do so now. What I mean by that, hit that thumbs up button, man, please, and thank you. Over here pissing people off, man. Let me piss some more people off. You know, when motherfuckers see you loving yourself, they get mad. But when you love yourself and you see somebody else loving themselves, it encourages you to love yourself that much more. But the motherfuckers that hate themselves, they gonna get pissed off when you do this. Yeah, they gonna get mad at that. But blessings to them too. It's gonna be all right. As long as you keep going, man. Got to keep going. Yeah, you know, like I said, man, a lot of people don't know what it feels like to see somebody else doing their thing and take joy in that, man. You know? But man, that's a beautiful ass feeling. You know, and not just to see somebody else doing their thing and take joy in it, but it feels good to give. It feels good to be a blessing to others, man. Like, certain people don't understand the joy in that. Certain people are just so wrapped up in doing certain things for themselves and having certain things for themselves, they never stop to think about what it feels like to do something for somebody else. Like, just imagine how drastically your life will change if you change your mindset from, or you change your outlook from, what can I do for myself, to how can I be a blessing to them? How can I be a blessing to her? How can I be a blessing to him? When you think like that yourself, you're going to be automatically taken care of. It's going to be a given. Because you have to be taken care of naturally in order to be a blessing to somebody else. But some people, man, they be so wrapped up in what other people can do for them, they don't understand the joy in doing for somebody else. And if you just think about it, like, what feels better? What feels better, man? You know, somebody giving you $100 for nothing, or giving your mama $1,000? Which one will feel better? I know me, myself, man, I would just love to give my mama $1,000 over receiving $100 myself. Marshall McGee, good looking with the $20 holla. You know, it just feels good to do something for somebody else. Even if it breaks you. Like, I would rather break myself and be in debt giving my mother $1,000 than to be all right, be cool, and somebody give me $100 and I don't have to do nothing for it. It just feels way better to give than to receive. At least for me. I just love doing shit for people. I love being a blessing to people. I love helping people. It's a beautiful ass feeling. And what you got to understand is, the more you do for other people, the more you're going to be blessed to do more for other people. And as your power to do for other people intensifies and increases, you're going to make more and more people mad. The more attention that you draw to yourself with that power, you're going to make people mad. But you have to pay those people no mind. You got to keep going. Keep becoming more powerful. Keep blessing more people. You know? You got to keep going. And if you keep going down that path, you're gonna automatically be taken care of. You know, the Rockefellers, the Andrew Carnegies, all the way up until the Paul Newmans and the Jackie Chans. You know, one thing all these people got in common, man, they done gave away hundreds of millions of dollars. You know, some people got businesses that they take no proceeds from, that they don't profit from at all. Some people have businesses that all the proceeds from that business go towards charities. Jackie Chan has, or he had, I'm pretty sure he still got it, but Jackie Chan had a cookie company. He had a company where he made and sold cookies, right? He had like a cookie brand. And that cookie company made hundreds of millions of dollars. And all the money went to charity. Like, he didn't take $1 from the proceeds of that business. And as you already know, Jackie Chan is balling out of control. He ain't got a want or a need that ain't satisfied at all. Financially, anyway. Paul Newman is another person who done gave hundreds of millions of dollars to charities in certain causes. You know? Just being a blessing to other people, man. And see, when you a blessing to other people, if you ever in a position where you need something, you always gonna be cool. Because somebody, maybe not everybody, but somebody is gonna remember the type of individual that you was, and they gonna come for you. They gonna look out for you. They gonna hold you down. I was watching that Drink Champs interview with Kanye, man, and I just I just thought it was dope, man, that he was just doing whatever the fuck he wanted to do. You know what I mean? He was like, yeah, my house is a bag. You know? Whatever bag I got, that's my house. My home is with my daughter, though. Like, that was some dope shit. My home is my daughter, but my house is my bag. You know, but I just like that, you know, he balling out of control. He worth billions of dollars. And he don't even care about having a home. Like a house to go to. The boy just live wherever he go, like wherever he want to go. He pull up in this city, he's staying at a friend's house. He pull up in this city, he's staying at a friend's house. And if he pull up in a city where he don't have a friend staying there, or they don't have a house there, he just stay in a fly ass hotel. Like, that's some dope ass shit. You know, like, all these little bitty people bragging about where they live and all this, that, and the third. And a motherfucker who was on the phone with Drake, Jay-Z, Kim Kardashian, Travis Scott. Who else was on the phone? I think Pusha T was on there. This man had a conference call with all these people. Kanye a fool. This nigga was like, I'm worth more than everybody on this phone call. Oh man, that's some dope ass shit. But it's crazy how the nigga that's worth more than everybody he was on the phone with in that moment, he's just a nomad. He don't live in no particular place. You know, but Kanye done been a blessing to a lot of people, man. He'd have been a blessing to a lot of people, and that's why he's blessed so abundantly. You know, he does controversial things from time to time. He says controversial things from time to time. But when you look at how he's blessed so many people, you know, that Sunday service that he be having is so dope. You know, he just a dope individual. Yeah, he owns properties, man, but you know, according to him, his house is a little bag. He just doing what he want. Yeah, he own all kind of shit. But according to him, he don't live nowhere. And that's dope. Yeah, that's just some dope shit, man. I fucks with that. But bottom line, man, you just got to keep going. Figure out what your purpose is, man. You know, figure out what you good at. Take time to yourself. Do some introspection. Learn who you are. We are in the most distracting times ever. It is so easy to be distracted. It is so easy to be knocked off course. It's more easy than ever. It's so many things being thrown in your face. Shit's so cold, man. You can uninstall the motherfucking apps on your phone and somehow, some way, you gonna still get notifications for that shit. It's like they hunt your motherfucking ass. If you uninstall Instagram and Facebook and all that shit, man, like, you still get notifications on your motherfucking email about that shit. It's like, man. And then that's one thing I noticed too, man. You know what's crazy? I remember these apps like Instagram and Facebook. Like, it used to be real easy to log out. You used to just pull the thing down, hit log out, and you out of there. Hey, man, Instagram and Facebook that made it like way more difficult to log out. Like, you got to go through some different channels and pages, and like me, you know, I done got lost a couple of times, like trying to log out some shit. You know what I mean? Well, Instagram ain't as difficult, but Facebook, yeah, they definitely done made it more difficult to log out than it used to be. You know, I want to say Snapchat is like that too. But it's like, man, they trying to like make it like an obstacle course just to log the fuck out. Like you ain't gonna never come back or something. Like, damn, man, I'll be back. Let me go. Let me out of here. Man, it's like walking through a maze and then you just end up right back where you was and you like, fuck it, I might as well just stay here. You know, but it's all to be distracted though. All of that shit serves as distractions. But man, sometimes it's good to just put down all the distractions, get away from everything, man, and just spend some time to yourself and just think and just let your mind run. Just let your mind go. You know, it's a lot of people that's afraid to do that. A lot of people don't even know what it feels like to do that. A lot of people have never put away all the electronics, all the devices, all the technology, and turn the TV off and just sat there to themselves thinking. A lot of people, especially young people, a lot of people have never in their lives done that, not one time. And that's a trip. You know, a lot of people got to be distracted from themselves because they don't like dealing with themselves. They think that they're boring. They think that they're, you know, whatever they think about themselves, they don't want to be to themselves and deal with themselves. That's why a lot of people don't know how to have good conversations. You know what I mean? That's why, like Sinful like to say, you know, a lot of motherfuckers, when they dealing with a bitch, they got the interview weed, the interview meth, the interview drink, you know what I mean? The interview cocaine, you know what I mean? They got all the interview party favors, man, because they're a boring motherfucker. They don't have nothing to say to this bitch, you know? And they don't know how to keep her intrigued and keep her attention without all the extra shit. Now, you got some females that no matter how much personality and charisma and, you know, conversation that you have, some bitches just don't want to sit there and chill and have a conversation. They're going to be like, you got some weed? Damn, you ain't got no weed? Can we go to the liquor store? Damn, the liquor store closed? Shit, this shit boring as hell. You know, and you find yourself struggling to have a conversation with this bitch. And it's like, I don't know, everybody different, man, but me, I'm not going to last with nobody like that. I'm not going, somebody who just can't hold a conversation. And you have to be under the influence of something. You got to distract yourself from yourself. You know, we ain't going to get too far. But, you know, those are the types of people, like I say, they don't know what it's like to just sit to themselves. You know what I mean? Some motherfuckers ain't never did that till they went to jail. And that's fucked up. Some people have never just sat in silence and sat to themselves and just thought until they went to jail. Till they was forced to do that shit. And you know what a lot of the motherfuckers do when they first get to jail? They sleep. Because they don't want to deal with themselves. And they don't want to deal with the reality of what they in, situation they in, instead of just thinking so that they don't end up back in that situation, or thinking so that they can get out of that situation. They go to sleep. Then when they can't sleep no more, when they get tired of sleeping all motherfucking day, them first few days, then they start thinking. But it's a shame that certain people have to go through that type of experience just to deal with themselves. Just to think and let their mind wander, let their mind run. That shit ain't cool, man. You know, and you might, if you just at home and you just sit there in silence with nothing on, no technology, you might discover that you a pretty cool motherfucker. Just maybe. You know, when you stop worrying about what everybody else is doing and stop being under the influence of a bunch of shit and, you know, stop acknowledging bullshit and just deal with yourself, you might discover that you actually a pretty cool motherfucker. You not as lame as you thought you was. For real though, man, you know what I mean? You might just figure out that you're not nearly as lame as you thought you was, man. For real. Because I know some of y'all, you probably think you pretty lame, man. But if you just deal with yourself, you might discover that you're not nearly as lame as you thought you was. You actually pretty cool. For real. You know, motherfuckers sitting there like thinking and they ain't got nothing to distract themselves and they sitting there like, man, I'm lame as a motherfucker. Damn, I'm lame. Then you think of a funny joke or a funny thought. And you're like, you know what? I'm actually kind of cool. I'm all right. I'm not as lame as I thought I was. I'm actually all right, man. This is cool. Let me keep on thinking, man. Let me keep on using my mind, man. Let me keep on imagining things. Let me keep on brainstorming, man. You know? For real. Writing is good too. Just writing whatever comes to mind, man. That's helpful too. If you just need to do something, if you can't just sit there to yourself and just, you know, deal with yourself and get into your thoughts, sometimes writing is cool. Get you a notepad and just, you know, start writing shit. Whatever comes to mind. Just start writing shit. You know? And you just might discover that you're not as lame as you thought you was. For real. Hope, much appreciated. I read and write down every word I don't know. That's good shit. That's how you expand your vocab. And that's a habit that you could maintain even if you live to be 200 years old. You're going to always be learning like that. That's a dope ass habit to pick up for sure. Yeah, I write in my journal daily, and being by yourself and away from the distractions make you selective on who you choose to deal with. Real shit. John Doe says, I like asking and answering why to every statement I make sometime. Yeah. You know, it's a challenge. And that's ultimately a problem that a lot of people have. You know, a lot of people, especially in today's times, because so many things are so easy. So many things are made so easy nowadays, from childhood all the way to adulthood. And it's been like that for a while now. You have young adults right now that when they were kids, shit was easy as a motherfucker. And now as adults, shit is even more easy. So they don't like to challenge themselves in any type of way. You know, that's why it's good to play sports, because playing sports, you know, it challenges you in so many different ways. Or just not even necessarily just playing sports, but, you know, being in some type of you know, competitive event. Shit, we was talking about that when I first went live, battle rapping. That's a hell of a challenge, a cold mental challenge, you know, especially the type of battle rapping where you just in a freestyle session and you coming off the top of the dome battling motherfuckers. Like, a lot of people can't do that. But that shit right there is a beautiful way to challenge yourself. You know, but a lot of people just haven't dealt with any type of challenges at all. Any type of real challenges anyway. So that's why they do their best to avoid and do the Barry Sanders on challenges. You know? But that's not a good way to be, because some challenges you have to deal with. Some challenges you can't avoid. You can't just do the Barry Sanders with certain challenges. You're going to have to face them and deal with them. You know, so if you're the type of person that's accustomed to dealing with challenges and you appreciate challenges, then when you come face to face with them type of challenges that you can't just avoid, you know, it ain't so much pressure. You know, me, myself, I love challenging myself, man. I love it. Because when you challenge yourself, you giving yourself the opportunity to grow. You giving yourself the opportunity to improve and become better. Got to keep going, man. In a minute, I'm gonna wrap it up. We're gonna do this for a few more minutes, but before we go, if you have not wiped your feet off, if you have not wiped your feet off at the door when you stepped into a pimp's domain, please do so now. What I mean by that is hit that thumbs up button, hit that like button. Brother Bill coming through with the Patreon link. As always, I appreciate it. Challenges make life interesting. Overcoming those challenges makes life worthwhile. Embrace those challenges. John Doe, that's some real talk. Real talk. Stay prayed up, all. Appreciate you, Hope. Real shit. Love battle rap. I ain't battled nobody in forever, man. But I used to go hunting for that shit. I used to be ready with my fangs out, ready to battle anybody at any time. And boy, that shit keeps you so witty and so sharp and so on point and so, you know, spontaneous. Some dope shit. But man, whatever you're going through in life, you know, praises to the right, curses to the left. Keep your eyes on the prize, man. Keep going. You know, and understand that as you go and you grow and you become better, some people might not like that. And some people might try to knock you off course. But you keep going. Don't be reactive. It's easy to react to distractions. But when you being proactive, distractions don't exist. Be proactive. Keep going. Stay focused. Eyes on the prize. Because when you being proactive, man, you too busy making it happen. When you not making nothing happen, that's when you get caught up in what other people was doing. And when you get caught up in what other people was doing, that's when envy set in and you start wanting what they got instead of going to get your own. And it's bad for business. That's what happens when you being reactive. When you sitting back waiting for good things to come into your life and you react to whatever comes into your life, whether it's good or bad. But when you're reactive, you're going to more than likely have more good things or more bad things come into your life than good things. On the flip side of that coin, when you're proactive, when you're making things happen, you're going to have more good things come into your life than bad. But the bad shit is going to try to scratch for your attention, for sure. But stay proactive, keep your eyes on the prize, and keep going. You dig? Blue Hunted, good looking for the $5 holla. Blessings, Freeze. Blessings to you as well. Damn, hold on. Wait a minute. Hey, it's certain people that I thought been mods. Like Jay, I thought you was a mod like a long time ago. I just made you a mod now, but Redbone 88, thanks for the lesson tonight. I was definitely listening. Appreciate you. I'm glad you could enjoy it and take something good from it. That's what I was wondering. When I seen that you wasn't a mod, I was wondering if you was on a new thing, but you good now. Back in the wrench mob, you dig? Yeah, you was one of my first mods. Cause y'all remember, boy, man, everybody who been rocking with Freeze for a minute, man, I didn't have no mods. I used to let motherfuckers just run wild in this motherfucker. And boy, when I didn't have no mods, it's like the haters, they was whispering to each other like, man, you know, we go over there to Freeze channel, man, say whatever the fuck we want, man. Sinful be hating on us, man. We ain't gonna last in Sinful channel, man. But we go over there to Freeze channel, man. We can act a fool. I'm telling you, nah, man, we can't do it. Man, I'm telling you, man, we could go to Freeze channel and say whatever the fuck we want, and they gonna let it rock. I'm telling you, man, let's go over there and hate, man. Come on, man, let's go hate. And the haters, man, it would be like, it's like thousands of the motherfuckers will be in the comment section just doing their thing, just acting a fool. But I had to, speaking of distractions, you know, it came to a point where it was a distraction. And, you know, I'll be trying to chop game, and, you know, my people's that's here to, you know, listen and chop game with me, you know, they'll get distracted by them, because it would be so many of them. It would be ridiculous. I'm talking about, man, I don't know if anybody ever had more haters in their comment section than me, in the chat than me. Like, man, them motherfuckers used to come deep. Right, like Jay say, you know what I mean? I had to appoint the death row security, man, because, man, them motherfuckers was coming deep. It would get to a point, sometimes you'll think it's more haters in the chat than motherfuckers that was here with the love. They would be in here deep, and it became a distraction. Then I start getting distracted. Sometimes I'll be trying to chop game, and I see motherfuckers in the comment section arguing and shit. But it's like, it was so many of them, man. It was like the haters was whooping, you know, the people that's here for the game. They was deep as fuck. So I was like, man, I gotta start passing these choppers out, man. I gotta start passing these Uzis out. You dig? Had to put some snipers on the roof, man, because them motherfuckers, they was getting out of hand. But yeah, Jay for sure was one of my first mods for sure. Cause man, them motherfuckers used to come act the fool. It was like word on the YouTube streets is that you could go to Freeze's channel and just act a fool. Hate as much as you want. And you know, out of all them motherfucking man, sometimes it feel like it'd be 100 haters in here. And the cold part about it, I know like 30 of them would be Kiko. You know what I mean? Kiko would be like this. This is how Kiko would be, man. In my motherfucking comment section. He'll have a motherfucking laptop. This is how Kiko would be. That nigga Kiko will be like this. That nigga be in the chat like this. Yeah, hating on you motherfuckers. Yeah, I'm gonna distract the fuck out of y'all, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, you motherfuckers over here trying to chop game. Y'all think y'all so smart. Y'all think y'all so fly. Drink water. Put some love in your body. Wipe your feet off at the door. Wipe your feet off at the door. Put some love in your body. Yeah, I'm gonna distract you motherfuckers. Fuck y'all. Fuck you motherfuckers over here trying to chop game and be in a good mood and be happy. Yeah. Every time you kill one of my accounts, I got 20 more accounts coming behind that. Yeah, just hating. Yeah, you can't stop that. That's how Kiko come in. Boy, that nigga come into the chat like, you can't stop the hate. You can't stop the hate. When it starts to that nigga Kiko come in like Lamar, boy. That nigga be like that nigga come in so deep. That nigga have 50 accounts. That nigga was like the Terminator 2 T-1000, boy. That nigga gonna keep coming back. He is the Michael Myers of haters. That nigga do not die. That nigga is the Jason Voorhees of haters. That nigga is gonna keep coming. Man, that nigga gonna keep coming. He just do not stop. That nigga really is the Terminator of haters. Like, man. But yeah, man. Bottom line, stay sucker free, stay solid, man. You know, don't allow yourself to be distracted. Cause you can easily, yeah, he the T-1000, man. Of all the haters, man. That nigga is the T-1000. He do not stop. But like I say, man, just like you could be distracted by negative shit, sometimes you could be distracted by, you know, certain types of, you know, well-intended shit. You know, sometimes somebody could be complimenting you so much and, you know, so caught up in what you doing that they ain't even thinking about what they supposed to be doing. You know, it's cool to acknowledge the good energy, but don't get too wrapped up in it that you get distracted from your purpose. You know, the negative energy, you don't want to acknowledge that shit at all. But stay like this. Keep your eyes on the prize and stay putting some love in your body, man. And most of all, do not stop. Keep going. You dig. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, man. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. I appreciate y'all for chatting. I appreciate you for liking, sharing. I appreciate you subscribing. I appreciate you hitting the bell when you subscribe. I appreciate the super chats. I appreciate all the love and every which way that you come with it, man. Freeze is it. I'll holler. Stay sucker free. Stay solid. If you're out in traffic, moving around, please do so in a safe fashion. Stay focused. Keep your eyes on the prize and keep going. You dig.